Hey Bass East viewers, I'm Elite Series Pro Casey Scanlon. Today we're going to talk to you a little bit about bed fishing. When I'm talking about bed fishing, I'm talking about fish that are moved up, they've made a nest, they're getting ready to spawn and make some baby bass. So basically what I'm doing, it's one of my favorite ways to fish in the springtime. It's pretty close to spawn just about everywhere in the country. So basically when I'm sight fishing, what I look for is first, I look for the grass to start getting green. I look for the trees to start blooming a little bit. And then you know that spring's on its way and that those fish have spawning on their mind. Then what I do is I back my boat in and I immediately put the trolling motor down. Grab a rod or two, something that you can throw out of the head of the boat while you got your trolling motor on high and going down the bank looking, something that you can just cover some water with. But basically what you're going to do is put your trolling motor on high, and you're going to look, and you're just going to look up there. These fish are going to spawn in shallow bays, in little coves, basically places with hard bottom, with sandy bottoms. What you're going around and looking for is little white spots, and they'll basically shoo the rocks away from an area where there's gravelly bottom or sand bottom, with grass and stuff like that. They'll basically make a white spot in there, and that's going to be your bed, and the fish is going to hang around on the beds there. And what you do is you throw your bait onto the bed. There's usually a small dark spot on the bed where the eggs actually are. That's usually the spot that they don't like your bait being in. So what you're going to do is you're going to throw at that fish over and over again and try to get a reaction out of them. A lot of times these fish aren't going to be very easy to catch, and you want to look for the ones that are really easy to catch. Those fish aren't going to spook away as easy. They're going to come back faster when they do spook, and they're going to be really interested in your bait. The ones that are kind of uncatchable, they're going to run away a lot of times. It's going to take them a long time to come back to the nest. So basically I'm looking for fish that stay around, that look real agitated when I'm throwing my bait in there, ones that look easy to catch. It's going to take some time for you to develop this technique, but it's a really fun way to fish, really great way to catch bass in the spring. A lot of big fish too. You get to pick out the size of fish that you're going to catch that day. So I'm going to show you a short video here of us bed fishing with the Bass Kandi T-Craw, Texas Craw, and the Speed Bug. Alright guys, so here's some of the baits that you've seen in the videos. Basically what we were doing out there, when I'm bed fishing, basically I'm always fishing soft plastics. I throw mostly crawdad imitating baits to get the bites. A lot of times I'll throw something like a Bass Kandi worm in there if they're not interested in the craws. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going to keep 3 or 4 different plastics rigged on the deck of my boat, and I'm going to keep switching up those plastics until I find something they're interested in. A lot of times it seems like it's a second or third bait that you throw in the bed. So a lot of times what I do when you're bed fishing, of course you always want to see the bite. But a lot of times to catch those fish, they don't want you quite looking at them. So I'll get to where I can see the fish, but I can't quite see them eat the lure sometimes. But a lot of times, it's easier to set the hook, catch these fish with a white colored bait. So what I'm doing is I'm throwing this white colored bait in there at first. It's going to get them agitated. That's what we were doing on this day. I'm throwing this in there. They're getting a look at the bait. They're agitated, they won't bite. The second bait I threw in there was the Texas Craw. And that's what they ate. They ate almost every one of them fish that day, ate the Texas Craw. I'm throwing it on a Texas rig. Most of the time, you know, just with the weight sliding up and down, just bullet weight. This is a 3/8 ounce. I like something a little bit heavier to get down on the bed. And then in this instance, there was a lot of fish that were suspended up off the bed where they wouldn't quite nose down on the lure. They're suspended a foot or so off the bed. That's when I actually started using a drop shot on these fish. Used the same baits, the Texas crawl on a drop shot basically. I used a EWG wide gap hook, a big line, a heavy weight. Basically that drop shot's down here on the bottom and the hook is up above it, you know, maybe 6 to 8 inches above it. That way I'm able to shake the bait, leave it in their bed. But that was a really effective technique. So basically get you some bass candy baits. You can fish them on a Texas rig, you can fish them on a drop shot. Just go out there, do some looking, search out some bed fish, and drop some bass candy baits on them, and you're going to catch a lot more fish. If you guys are interested in getting some bass candy baits, there's a coupon code on this page. The coupon code is FISH-BKB. That's all capital letters. Go to Bass Candy Baits, enter the promo code FISH-BKB into your order, and you'll get 10% off the baits. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoy fishing bass candy baits. Thanks.